Welcome back to my channel, Invictus Forum. Make sure you subscribe. Click on the subscribe button. Share the videos to other students. You can also follow us on Facebook at Invictus Forum. We are going to talk about symbolism. A symbol is a representation. It could be a character, it could be a setting, an object, an action. We are not going to talk about symbolic settings because we have already spoken about the importance of 3 physical settings in one of the other videos. You can just go back and verify. And that answer is applicable to symbolism also. So I'll just continue with symbolic characters. But I can just take you back to say that Atiek, the activities in Atiek, such as the spilling of the food, the ostracism of Emade, the problem she has with the men and the women, highlight conflict. The fact that she her daughter spills food, and she believes that there's something wrong, highlights superstition. The killing of the buffalo and the thought that it's food sent to them by their ancestors, highlights superstition. Ekenzu highlights hospitality because of the manner in which a mother is received. Kotmin, the same. Hospitality, love, ancestral worship as they unite the child with his ancestors. And Moabak, we have conflict, we have love as the community takes part in giving Mechane a befitting burial. And we can also talk about the fact that a mother stays behind in order to take care of her sister's grave so that she can feed her spirit if it visits the compound, highlighting ancestral worship. Now let's go to our symbolic characters. Emade means to finish. What is she finishing in the context of the text? She wants to finish male domination, male chauvinism. She wants people to understand that the things that men do can be done by women, and even better. She stands her ground against the men. She stands her ground against the women. Even while in Moabak, she confronts the men, telling them that they are weaklings, highlighting conflict. She cherishes her daughter Ntube. She teaches her the culture of her people. She takes good care of Mechane in her sickness. She gives her a befitting burial. She stays behind to take care of her compound. She takes care of the young lady and her baby whose nipple had been beaten away, highlighting love. Nevertheless, she treads on the path of men by beating the drum to announce her sister's death, digging the grave, beating the drum dexterously that it becomes the talk of the town. And she embarks on a long journey in order to seek for a female soothsayer who can unravel the mystery behind her foot-stubbing, highlighting feminism. Eduke means deceit. She's deceitful. She spearheads the problem between a mother and the women, not because the way a mother has spoken or because of her reproach, but because of the grudge that she bears against her, following her sarcastic remarks when she had sent her the alem. This highlights revenge, but it also helps in the propagation of the conflict because a mother will not want to back down and let it seem that she has capitulated and Eduke has won over her. Ewangename means hero. He's a wonderful hunter, skillful, goes deep into the forest and kills the buffalo. The buffalo's meat is brought and shared to the whole community, highlighting solidarity and communality. But at the same time, it is believed that the buffalo is food that had been sent to them by their ancestors, highlighting superstition. Mechane means precious gift. Of course, she's a precious gift to the women in Moabak because of her generosity. When her daughter sends or brings her provision, she shares it with the other women. Yet, the women abandon her in her moment of need, Her action of sharing with the women highlights generosity. But the fact that the women do not even know that she is sick highlights neglect, and symbolizes neglect and ingratitude. And to bear means to burst open something in order to bring out an essence or the goodness. She is the heartbeat of a mother, and everything she does it to give her daughter protection. She threatens to remove her from school because a teacher beats her. She watches over her daughter and does not want anyone to harm her by sending her to the mission. She decides against her own will to perform the sacrifice to the serpent deity. And while during the naming ceremony, she clings to her daughter, making her to understand what is happening, highlighting love and tradition. Let's look at symbolic objects. The beating of the drum is a traditional means of communication, and therefore a mother beats the drum to announce the death of her sister. But it should be noted that women do not beat drums. It is a male prerogative, highlighting male chauvinism. But a mother uses the drum to challenge men on their own field. During the vigil, she beats the drum the whole night, and everybody wonders who the drummer is, because she had forbidden the two young men to disclose her identity. And on Gandu, she beats the drum with such expertise that even the ancestral spirits join in the dancing, highlighting feminism. The buffalo is an animal. It is called a state animal. Means that it belongs to the community, which a Wanganame hunts and kills in the forest. The women transport the meat, and the meat is shared to all the villagers, highlighting solidarity and communality. But it is believed that the animal is food specifically sent to the people by their ancestors. Before Mechane is buried, before even her illness, the three women, carry food, provisions, firewood, with which they make a fire to make the house habitable and warm and give comfort to their sister while she is still sick, highlighting love. But when she dies, the women put all their differences aside and decide to give their sister a befitting burial. A mother decides to bury Mechane with a totemic dress with which she will be identified by her ancestors in the underworld. At the same time, during Gandu, she brings a prize-winning boa as a manifestation of love. The fact that she buries her with a totemic dress highlights ancestral worship and the relationship between the living and the dead. When she stays behind to take care of Mechane's compound, she puts a large heap of stones on her grave to protect it from erosion, highlighting love. And many people believe that the stones had been transported by a group of women, whereas it had been done by a single woman, therefore confirming that she is 9 women in one. While in Moabak, she and Nange share Koki in Nange's hut, and she takes her to her house to give her part of the meat that she had brought from Kotmi, highlighting love, solidarity, and generosity. And lastly, when she meets the young lady whose baby has ripped off her nipple, she prepares a concoction which unites mother and son in love, highlighting the efficacy of traditional medicine. Let's go to symbolic actions. The spilling of the food and the fact that women come to sympathize with what has happened symbolizes solidarity. But the fact that a mother believes that there is something behind the spilling of the food symbolizes superstition. Next, the visit of the women early in the morning to sympathize with the spilling of the food in front of the Wang and Names compound by Ntube symbolizes solidarity. Nevertheless, things end up badly because of the reproach given to them by a mother, symbolizing conflict. And this ends in her ostracism, which leads to her sister to come and take her away to a Kenzo. And while at a Kenzo, the women give her a warm welcome, highlighting solidarity, as they sympathize and empathize with what she has been going through in Atiek. Next, the women visit Moabak to take care of their sick sister, which they do so well, highlighting love. And during their sister's funeral, they give her a befitting burial. They bury her with a totemic dress. She does not want the women to take part because they had neglected their sister, highlighting conflict and ingratitude. But it is during this ceremony that a mother proves to her community that she is more than a woman. She digs the grave and she beats the drum in such a manner that the people have never heard, highlighting feminism. Next, during the naming ceremony, it is a highly attended event, and the baby is presented to the public to indicate that the baby belongs to the community, highlighting communality. There are incantations. The child's umbilical cord is ground and rubbed on the baby and the child to unite them in love, and the rest is poured on the plantain sucker on which the baby's placenta had been buried, to link it to its ancestors, highlighting ancestral worship. And there's a lot of feasting and happiness, highlighting love. Lastly, despite the many months of movement from one place to another, a mother ends up to cleanse the ill omen by washing her legs with holy water and a stone, to highlight superstition and cultural conflict. Thank you for watching. Share the video so that other students may also have the opportunity to prepare well for the exams that are forthcoming. Subscribe to this channel. Leave us a comment. Thank you.